There is a lot of misinformation out there about Ethereum's current state and how it will be overtaken by newer, cheaper, and faster L1s. In this video, I'm going to talk about Ethereum Layer 2 and why it's literally an endgame solution that renders a lot of other things very pointless. This is a great time to be an L2 because it's the future and where the most development is happening, so you need to keep an eye on this stuff. The most popular L2 right now is Arbitrum, which is supported on Binance and other exchanges. You can now use these exchanges to buy other coins and actually remove them from the centralized exchanges. You may also utilize Uniswap with Layer 2 on Arbitrum, which decreases expenses by around 50%. Of course, there are other choices like zero-knowledge solutions like ZK-Sync and Polygon, which have a set of solutions in the ZK world that add a second layer of security on top of Ethereum while also being incredibly cheap. Let's take a look at why this is essential to me. Why can't we simply have a number of chains all different and set up chain bridges where you can send one coin to another with the usage of smart contracts? Unfortunately, cross-chain bridges are not safe and will improve with time. Nonetheless, the wormhole was recently hacked for around 300 million in Ethereum, making this a major hit. Jump was forced to come out and buy out this attack with 128,000 wrapped Ether from their pockets. What gives? It's because the smart contract between ETH and Solana basically has troubles when you try to combine two separate ecosystems with numerous distinct smart contracts, each of which is very different. This is a problem. How can we avoid losing 300 million because of a single misstep? As an alternative, you can use Ethereum as a base settlement layer where the data is stored before adding Layer 2 networks to provide security and prevent data from being spread across different chains performing different transactions. But this will take a lot of time and effort, and since data is updated on each of these chains periodically, it's a never-ending battle. There are a few other networks that are developing ZK networks or zero-knowledge technologies, but Polygon is the one I'm going to focus on for the time being. ZK technologies are built on top of Ethereum in 4 different ways. Polygon Hermes is a payment ZK rollup. 1,000 transactions are processed, rolled up, and then sent to the base layer on Ethereum, where Ethereum only has to check the zero-knowledge proof, which if I understand correctly, means that the transaction can be verified without any knowledge of the sender or receiver. However, although Hermes is straightforward, other options include Nightfall, which uses zero-knowledge technology to keep transactions private so that no one can see what you're doing. Snark-based Polygon Zero and Stark-based Meden are the first options, and they both have great throughput and low fees respectively. People may choose from these 4 distinct technologies, and they're all built on top of Ethereum, which is where the data and smart contracts are stored. Ethereum becomes less expensive and allows for a faster and more scalable network. If you're interested in learning about ZK and Polygon, you should follow this account Nard Trading on Twitter, which is a wonderful source of information regarding the 2 networks. The 5 most popular apps on Polygon right now are Crazy Defense Heroes, Pegaxi Official. All of these are games, and all of these can only work on cheap transactions on a scalable blockchain, such as Ethereum Layer 2, but the data and all of the coins are on Ethereum, and you don't have to go through any bridges or anything else. There are many more chains that are implementing ZK technology, like Cardano, which is looking into zero-knowledge technology, and even Polkadot intends to include it in its power chains as well. Since base layers do not execute all transactions, they are supposed to be secure settlement levels, hence ZK serves as the ultimate goal for scalability while maintaining security and data integrity. The way to massively scale and have all of that data on one base layer chain is with ZK-rollups and Layer 2. This is another network that is really in this space is ZK-Sync. They don't have a coin yet, but I think they will at some point. I'm using this, just testing out to see kind of how this works and what it can do. This ZK EVM compatibility is really important because a lot of ZK technologies can do different things, so you have Polygon Hermes, which is a payment network. You can also run smart contracts on the ZK rollup. This is a lot more difficult to develop, but this is coming as well. Everything is going to be a lot easier to use. In no way do I think ZK is the best thing. Rather, I'm merely observing what is happening in the industry. ZK is where everyone is going on every chain, and this is clearly how you scale up to thousands of transactions per second. This will not be done on a single L1 that specializes in high transactions per second. From what I can see, this is not how the technology is going. What is ZK Sync? You can see that ZK Sync 2.0 is a permissionless ZK rollup that will let developers to build and deploy decentralized apps on a low-fee, highly scalable Layer 2 on Ethereum utilizing Solidity, which is what most developers in the crypto field are developing in. We've launched an ecosystem portal to make it easier for people to find some of these projects. I'll demonstrate this to you in a moment. Direct deposit and withdrawal capabilities for ZK Sync are being built by major exchanges like Crypto.com and Bybit, as well as Huobi, Blockchain, and OKX. This means that you can put your dollars in, buy Ethereum, and instead of having to get it out for $20, put it into MetaMask. That's another $20 if you want to trade, etc. It becomes a hassle. If you're using ZK Sync, it's virtually free because you're using Uniswap and other well-regarded, high-quality, battle-tested applications where all of the liquidity resides. Because this is a Layer 2 sync, it's necessary to link up your MetaMask, but you can also utilize Crypto.com or other centralized exchanges that will ultimately integrate this as a network and do it from there and never contact with the base layout of Ethereum again. So here are the applications that are already working with ZK Sync: Banksha, Ramp Network, Yearn Finance, 1inch, and so on and so forth. The creator of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, has also said that he sees a multi-chain future, but he doesn't see too much kind of cross-chain bridging going on, perhaps because Layer 2 isn't here yet. There are a number of projects I've discussed here that do not yet have tokens, but they will in the future, and if you use these networks now before they have tokens, you may be eligible for an airdrop. If you go to Twitter and follow some of these projects to see when their testnets and mainnets go live, that would be my recommendation. In the meantime, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video. See you next time.